Hi everyone! Today in maths we are going to be looking at solving word problems. Our star words for today are more, fewer, problem, subtraction, more than and represent. So see how many of those words you can use throughout the lesson. Right, let's start with a power up to warm up our brains. Today's question asks, work out all the ways to get a score of 10. So here we've got some buckets with numbers on. 5, 7, 3 and 10. And you've got to imagine you've got a bean bag and you're going to throw the bean bags into the bucket. What you want to do is throw either 1 or 2 bean bags into the bucket to see if you can add up to make a score of 10. So think about all the different ways you can do this. Then below we have some missing numbers and you have to think about how you can get each side to be the same. So here, what would you need to add to 5 to make it the same as 3 plus 7? Then think about what you'd need to add to 10 to make it the same as 7 plus 3. So pause the video here and have a go at thinking about those questions. Have you done that? Amazing. Let's have a look at the answers. So the different ways that you could work out to make 10 here if you're throwing a beanbag in a bucket is you could throw a beanbag in the bucket of 5 and then throw another beanbag in the bucket of 5. 5 plus 5 would make 10. Another way you could have done it is throw a beanbag in the bucket 7, then another beanbag in the bucket 3, because those add together to make 10. Or you could have thrown the beanbag in the bucket 3 first and then in 7, because that would make 10 too. Lastly, you could throw one beanbag in the bucket 10 and then leave the other one. So let's work out the answers to our missing number questions below. We want to see what is the missing number. What do we need to add to 5 to equal 3 plus 7? So if we know 3 plus 7 makes 10, what do we need to add to 5 to make 10? Well done, we need to add 5. Right. Now, let's have a look at the next one. So we need to know what we would add to 10 to make it equal 7 plus 3. So if we know 7 plus 3 equals 10, what do we need to add to 10 to make 10? Amazing. We need to add 0. Okay, let's discover today's learning. These are all going to be word problems today. So let's see our first word problem. The tower is made from 17 blocks. Ray takes 6 blocks from the tower. How many blocks are left? Now, you might notice with word problems that you don't have a number sentence next to it to help. You have to create your very own number sentence using the information in the question. So let's see if we can spot the important information that we are going to need, which will help us to create a number sentence. We'll start by thinking about the important numbers that we're going to need to be using. Have a look at the question and see if you can spot the important numbers in this question. Have you spotted them? Well done, let's see. Our important numbers here are 17, because the tower is made from 17 blocks, and the number 6, because Ray takes 6 blocks. So now we've got the important numbers we're going to be using, we need to think about what are we doing? Are we going to add or are we going to take away? Again, there's clues in our word problem that can help us with this. So let's see if we can underline the words that will help us to know what we need to do, if we need to add or if we need to take away. So let's look at the question. What words can you spot that might help us? Well done. I'll show you the words that I spotted. Here, if Ray takes 6 blocks, That's showing to me that some blocks are going to go, so the amount is going to get smaller. And then here it's asking us how many are left. Again, that word left is telling me that some have gone, so the amount is going to be getting smaller. Let's have a think. If an amount is going to get smaller, what does that mean? Are we adding or are we taking away? Brilliant. We are taking away if the amount is getting smaller. So I know that the numbers I'm using are 17 and 6, and we're going to be taking away instead of adding. I can use this now to create my number sentence. Here we go. 17 take away 6 equals. So that's the 17 blocks that we start with, and then the 6 that Ray takes. Right. Now that we've got the number sentence that we need to do, we can work out the answer. So I've got my tens frames here to help. I need to start by putting in my 17 counters. You ready? There's the group of 10 and 7 ones that add together to make 17. Now that I've got my 17 counters, I need to take away 6 of them. Do you think you can help me count to take away 6 of them? Are you ready? Let's count together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've taken away 6. What do I need to do now to find the answer? Amazing. I need to see how many are left. So I could count them, but I know a quicker way. This is a group of 10, so I'm just going to count on. 10, 11. There's 11 counters left. So the answer is 11. Right, let's think together to work out our next word problem. Remember, we need to start by finding the important information so that we can write our number sentence. Here's the question. Pete built a tower. 7 blocks are knocked off. How many blocks are left in the tower? So, in this one, can you spot the important information that we need? Have you done that? Fantastic. So, the important information that we need here is the number 7, because 7 blocks are knocked off. Now, the next bit of important information we have isn't written as a number in the question. It's actually provided by the picture here. Our question said, Pete builds a tower, and we can see that. It doesn't tell us how many blocks there were in the tower, but it gives us a picture. So we're going to need to count how many blocks are in this tower ourselves. Right, are you ready to count how many blocks there are to help us work out our numbers that we need for our number sentence? Let's count together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. There are 18 blocks in the picture. So now we know the numbers we're going to need for our number sentence are 18 and 7. Now we've got the numbers, let's think about if we're going to add or if we're going to subtract. Let's read the question again and see if we can spot those words that will help us to know what we need to do. Pete builds a tower. 7 blocks are knocked off. How many blocks are left in the tower? Did you spot the words that are going to help us to know what we need to do? Fantastic. Let me show you the words I spotted. I spotted knocked off and left. If somebody's knocking something off, that means you're getting rid of some of them and the amount is going to get smaller. That's also implied by the word left. Again, if you've got something left, something must have gone and the amount must have got smaller. So we've worked out the amount's going to get smaller. So are we going to be adding or are we going to be taking away if the amount gets smaller? Amazing. We're going to be taking away. So let's use the information of the numbers that we found and the fact we're going to be taking away to make our very own number sentence. Do you think you can tell the person you're with what number sentence we need? Well done, you're right. Our number sentence is 18 take away 7. That's the 18 bricks that we start with in the tower, and then the 7 that are knocked off. Right, now that we've got our number sentence, we can work out our answer. Again, I've got my tens frames, so I need to start by putting in 18 counters. Let's do that. I know it's a group of 10 and 8 ones. There we go, I've got my 18. Now, what do I need to do? Well done, I need to take away 7 of them. So you ready to count with me while we take away 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There we go, I've taken away 7. What do I need to do now to find the answer? Fantastic. Now I need to count how many are left. So I know this is my group of 10 and I can just count on 10, 11. The answer is 11 again. Brilliant. Let's do one last one of these. Our last question says, how many more spotty blocks than plain blocks are in Pete's tower? So let's start by thinking about the important information that's going to give us the numbers we need. Have a think. What tells us the amounts that we need for our number sentence? Did you spot it? This one's a bit trickier. This one here, to find out the amounts, we need to find out how many spotty blocks and how many plain blocks there are. Again, we're going to need to use the picture to help because it doesn't tell us the amount in the question. So let's start by counting those spotty blocks. Are you ready? Those are just the blocks that have dots on. We're only going to count those. Can you help? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we know we had 11 spotty blocks. Now that we know the first number in our number sentence, we need to find out how many plain blocks there are. So that is blocks with no dots on them, and that will give us our second number. Are you ready to count that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 7 blocks with no spots on them. So we've got the 11 spotty blocks and 7 plain blocks. Now that we've done that, we need to find out the information that's going to tell us if we need to add or take away. Let's read the question again and see if we can spot the important words that are telling us if we're adding or taking away. How many more spotty blocks than plain blocks are in Pete's tower? Did you spot the important words there? What are they? Fantastic. The important words here were how many more. So if we want to know how many more, that means we're going to be finding the difference between two amounts. And when we find the difference, we take away. So if we're finding out how many more spotty blocks than plain blocks there are, we're going to start with how many spotty blocks and take away how many plain blocks. Do you think you can tell us the number sentence that we need to write for this? Remember, there were 11 spotty blocks and 7 plain blocks. Well done, that's the number sentence we need. 11 take away 7. So that's the 11 spotty blocks, and we want to see how many more spotty than plain blocks there are. So we need to take away the 7 plain blocks. Right, now that we've got our number question or our number sentence, let's work out the answer. The first thing I need to do is get 11 counters. So 11 is a group of 10 and 1 1. Now, what do I need to do? Brilliant. I need to take away 7. So can you count with me while we take away 7? Are you ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Fantastic. So we've taken away 7. What do I need to do now to find the answer? Brilliant. I need to count how many are left. Can you count with me? 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4 left. So the answer is 4. Your task for today is to read the word problems below. See if you can spot the important information that you need to create your very own number sentence. Then use whatever helps you, a number line, objects or pictures, to work out the answer. I've done the first one for you. Here I spotted the numbers 5 and 4, and I realised if we're cooking them and we're finding out how many are left, then we must be taking away. These questions will come up on the screen. There's a few of them after this, and what you need to do is pause the video on each page, read them and spot that information. I will now go through the rest of the questions that you have. Those are the questions you need to answer. And today's challenge is to match the question to the number sentence. So here you're looking at these tiles and seeing which question, which number sentence needs to go with which question. Don't forget to send a picture of your work to your teacher. Well done, you've done absolutely incredibly today. Give yourselves a big pat on the back, and I will see you again tomorrow. Bye.